Welcome to Cooking with the Tucson Tasty Show. I'm your host, Wesley Sorce, and today we're here diving into a classic dish, but with bold, spicy twists. That's right, we're talking pasta sauce, but not just any pasta sauce. We're talking about a special limited edition RAGÚ and Hot Ones collaboration. Before we get started, a huge shout out to our amazing sponsors. That's Viral Premium Beef, Tucson Family Food Project, Local First Arizona, Portillo's Hot Dogs, and Saka. They support Tucson's culinary scene, and we couldn't do this without them. And if you love exclusive dining experiences, don't miss our one-night-only private dining and TV recording event at Studio Llanos on April 16th. Only 12 seats available, and it includes multi-course meal, all the drinks in gratuity, and an intimate evening of incredible food. Be a part of the show. Head to thetastyshow.com to reserve your spot now. Joining me today is a chef who knows all about bold flavors, spices, and bringing excitement to food. Please welcome consultant chef Joshua. Chef, today we're not making pasta sauce. We're tasting some of the boldest and the spiciest sauces out there. RAGÚ has teamed up with Hot Ones to create a limited edition heat pack featuring 3 progressively spicier sauces, which is right up our alley. Mm-hmm. These sauces take a classic Italian flavor and infuse them with some serious heat. Here's what we have today, though. We have the fiery garlic, a bold mix of Fresno chilies and garlic, delivering a deep, umami-rich tomato base with a moderate kick. Chipotle blaze, a smoky, slightly sweet sauce with the chipotle peppers, giving a rich barbacoa-style heat. Chili Inferno, the hottest of the pack, infused with some of the spiciest peppers available for an intense heat experience. So, Chef Joshua, looking at these sauces, what's your first impression, and how do you think they'll compare to a traditional pasta sauce?
See, I'm kind of hoping that that a lot of the flavor of the sauce will come through, but not. I mean, it is Hot Ones. I do want heat, but if it becomes too hot, then like you can't taste the other flavors. Now, some of these, like the Chipotle Blaze, I think will probably go pretty well with a chicken. You see this Chili Inferno, I'm thinking like almost like an arrabbiata kind of style. I'm kind of hoping. So that I think it would be like a shrimp, kind of a seafood one. That's I think will go good there. But of course, every time I have a pasta sauce, like I have to have some type of meat. But today it was just going to taste the one. So
we just want to taste the sauce.
Yeah,
we want to stand up by itself.
See how that goes first.
I made some plain noodles. There is a little bit of olive oil on them, but that's because we're eating them right now. Typically, you don't want to put olive oil on your pasta because the pasta will spoil a little bit faster. If you didn't know that.
Well, a good thing is like whenever you're making sauce and you're gonna do like spaghetti noodles, don't cook the noodle all the way. So the last 2 minutes you put your sauce and you toss it in together. It's like one of the faux pas is actually having your noodles and just pouring your sauce on top. So what you want to do is you want to stir it in so it cooks together and adds to the noodles.
And we're gonna do one of those faux pas right now. We're just going to put it over the top. But if you're interested in trying, for those interested in trying these RAGÚ sauces and Hot Ones heat pack is available for a limited time at select retailers and online. Whether you're looking to add a little kick to your pasta night or push your spice limit, these sauces offer a unique twist on classic flavors. So this segment is brought to you by Viral Premium Beef, bringing you that ranch to table quality you can taste. All right, let's start with the first sauce, fiery garlic. This one brings the Fresno chilies and rich garlic. So I'm excited. I'm expecting a deep, savory kick.
Very, very garlicky smelling. So,
well, we definitely love garlic.
Yeah, always.
You know, Mama Louise's is actually doing their pasta bar. My mouth is watering because this one smells so good. Mm-hmm. And their pasta bar is, and we're excited about it because they have his garlic sauce, mm-hmm. and his garlic sauce is super exciting. I was just going to, that works.
Well, we've got 6 new.
Yeah, fair enough. But his garlic sauce is really good because it's the garlic that he uses for the Joe Special, which is a really special one, but it has some spice by itself. Like, it's good. But you can definitely taste the spice there. All right, let's check this out.
So yes, we know normally you can cook the sauce, but you can just eat it right from the jar. That's all we're doing today. Is it's just
for the tasting, because we're trying to get to the fiery.
I know someone's going to comment.
Inferno, but. Oh,
wow.
So how do you think these heat flavors play on the classic? Wow, this is really good.
Yeah.
Classic Italian sauce.
Well, everybody has their own recipe when they make different sauces. Like me, I do a variety of different areas of sauce into my own sauce when I make. So I do like a little extra pepper, and then sometimes with the flat iron chili peppers now, I put some of that in it, let it slowly simmer, or some Calabrian chilies. This is really nice, especially like different sauces. I like, you get of course Muddy or Bacoli's, but this is a really nice sauce. Get some of that Vero Italian sausage in here.
That's what I was just thinking.
Like I said, I always need some meat in my sauces. But
when we make the spaghetti sauce at home, we just call it, we're making spaghetti tonight, but we make the sauce. It takes all day.
Mm-hmm.
Brown up some Italian sausage, and we also get meatballs sometimes. I'll make meatballs, and I always do a mixture of 50% beef, 50% Italian sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Just holds everything together. I get a higher higher fat beef,
mm-hmm.
because it brings that flavor, and it really does.
Well, doesn't the fatness in it? Yeah, I mean, some people, they even try to go lean beef or something but it doesn't always hold together. So you need some of that fat to congel a little more mm-hmm. when it cooks to keep it together.
I'm gonna clean up here, but what do you think of the fiery garlic?
It's very, very delicious. I really enjoy that one. So hopefully I can get them in just bigger cans, separate, because if my daughter could pick our blood type, it would be pasta. That's why normally when I'm making sauce at home, it's usually about 3 gallons at a time, and then I put it in quart jars and freeze it for later. So it's like always have a different type of pasta sauce at home.
That's actually a really good point, because when you're portioning out for other meals, you can cook it in bulk, and then you have faster meals. And we do that with our pasta sauce as well, because we're making at least 2 gallons when we're making pasta sauce, and we make it from scratch, from the ground up, because we want to build that flavors and everything else. But all right,
I think it's funny. Like some people, they'll call sauce. They'll call it sauce, or other people, they'll call it gravy. But here in the United States, like gravy, you're thinking about a flour-based type of roux or something like that. Well, everybody's like, this is the actual tomato sauce. It's a sauce you made.
All right. So the heat level on that one. How is the heat level on that one?
So it's the hot, but I would say it's a little mild. I mean, you can but it also depends on what you're used to, the heat that you're used to having. So to me, it's not bad. To my daughter, she'll probably say it's a little spicy. She probably want a little bit of just regular sauce to
blend it out. It has a really good base.
It does, and it's
for
not,
a jar,
and it's not burning. It's like, oh, there's a little hint there. It's like, oh, but it's subtle and it goes away. So it's a really nice blend.
So second taste, Chipotle Blaze. This segment is made possible by Portillo's Hot Dogs, bringing that classic Chicago flavor right here to Tucson. Do you know why it is almost, it's not illegal, but it is a food law in Chicago that there is no ketchup on their hot dogs?
So I do know that they have no ketchup. Why they do not have it, I do not know.
So ketchup was actually invented to hide the flavor of bad meat. So they would use, or some makers of hot dogs would use the bad meat, and they would put it in the hot dogs, and then they put ketchup on it to hide that flavor because it was a common practice back then.
Well, that explains why they usually smother it on meatloaf. I hate meatloaf.
If you're doing meatloaf right, you're not using ketchup too much, but maybe
Tomato paste.
But so everybody in Chicago that were making the hot dogs, they would actually advertise saying no ketchup, best hot dogs in town, or fresh hot dogs, right? And it was to showcase that they had fresh hot dogs, and they weren't trying to hide the flavor of the hot dog. So that is why there's no ketchup on hot dogs. There you go. Fun fact.
Just a really, really bright green relish.
Yes. Now let's move on to Chipotle Blaze. This one promises a smoky, slightly sweet heat with Chipotle peppers. Chef, do you think a smoky profile like this could work well with pasta dishes, or would it be better suited for something else?
Yeah, I mean, it always depends. But like I was saying earlier, I think Chipotle, probably some chicken. I mean, you could do shrimp, but when I think Chipotle, I think like a grilled chicken kind of thing, maybe a mesquite chicken. But I mean, you always have different heat levels and tomato bases on different sauces. With Chipotle is a really good combo. So let me smell this here. Oh wow, yeah, definitely really smoky on that chipotleness.
And if this one's not spicy enough, we do have some backup hot sauces.
Well, I did see on the back here, this one just actually says medium heat, even though it is supposed to be the hotter of the ones. It's just says medium.
All right, here we go for the taste test. And if these don't hit the way that I'm hoping that they will, I do have the
sauce
experience that we can finish up with some bread. All right, so we're giving it a try, and let me tell you, I could eat a plate full of this.
Mm-hmm.
It does have a little bit more of a kick than I'm used to with the Chipotle, but it's more of a sweet heat.
Mm-hmm. That's a really nice. Well, even if you don't even use chicken, I would say like a braised beef into it. So then whenever you have it, because it'll help out, that Chipotle will help bring out your little braised beef. Go get some of that barrel beef there. Add it in. Like, even if the only difference between braising something in the oven and putting it on the stovetop to stew it is just how much liquid you're going to have in it. So it depends. Most time is you're using heat and time. So you can't put it on the oven to braise it, or you can just get some stew meat and let it sit on the thing. But this can be not even a base for just pasta. These can be bases for like a nice chili. Like I can see these flavors adding into a chili. But that is a really,
you don't want to use the canned chili stuff. Absolutely. And this
really
is jarred, but I mean, you still have to develop those flavors, right? And you're adding a lot more flavors into the chili. How would you say the heat balance on this one compares to the first one?
Lingers a little bit longer, yeah. But it's not like, oh, it's killing me, it's dying. It's like, it's a really nice blends. Like, yeah, it's like I was saying, make it into some chili. I mean, we had these cold nights the last few times. Throw a jar of that into it. You know, sometimes you don't have time to sit in the kitchen all day and stuff. So these are really nice sauces so far. I really enjoy these.
We call that churching up the sauce when we have those nights, right?
Back in it is like we doctor it up.
Yeah, doctor it up. There you go. And I'm going to use a little bit of a palate cleanse here because I don't want that smoky flavor to cut into this last one. And the final taste is Chili Inferno. Now, this segment is sponsored by Tucson Family Food Project, helping local families gain better access to fresh local food. All right, now it's time for the big one, Chili Inferno. This one is the hottest sauce in the pack, and based on the name alone, I think we're in for something serious. Chef, before we taste this one, what do you think makes a super hot sauce work in a dish? How do you make sure the heat doesn't overpower the flavor?
Depends on the concentration of the heat and what different types of pepper you're going to end up using. Because most of the time, once things get to a certain hot level, and I can't taste any of the other flavors, that I don't enjoy the dish anymore. It's like, oh, why am I sweating? I wanted to taste everything else. Now this really, it smells like those hot sauces that we tried before on the show.
This is one of the hot sauces we tried before. This one's the,
they just add it into it.
Last Dab Apollo, which is a Carolina Reaper. Carolina Reaper is about 1 million Scoville, and you know,
some Scorpion in there.
Yeah, it's got a. Well, Scorpion's just gonna kick it up so that it hurts, in my opinion. But I'm pretty sure the Scorpion's the one that they make the bomb out of, and the bomb is one that I avoid like the plague because it just hurts. Even though it's like in the middle of the top there.
It's like the last dab. You just want a dab of it. It's like you don't want too much of it.
Well, here we go with too much of it. Ready? Now with the pasta, I'm hoping that it cuts it a little bit more, but let's time to give it our Chili Inferno a try.
I was about to say it's not as hot as it was, but then it gives it a second and it just starts burning a little bit more.
But does the flavor hold up, or is it just straight fire?
Yeah, it has the heat. It keeps coming in like little waves. I'll probably mix it with some of the other sauces to down it down a little bit more. But I don't know what else I'll use that for. Like, oh, see somebody else like, hey, try this really hot pasta sauce. But very, very heavy on the pepper versus like your tomato base, because you're thinking this is supposed to be a pasta sauce. So I want more tomato.
Absolutely. Wow. That definitely encompasses the flavor of the Apollo Last Dab, which I have on the counter behind me. We don't need to add anything to it.
Not that one.
That is, it holds up to all the hot ones. And, you know, quick sponsor shout out. Huge thank you to our sponsors, Vero Premium Beef, Portillo's Hot Dogs, Local First Arizona, Saka, and Tucson Family Food Project. Chef Joshua, this was a wild ride. I think we just took pasta night to a whole new level. Thank you for being here. Want to unlock a secret menu item at top Tucson restaurants? Join the Tucson Tasting Show membership program at thetastingshow.com for exclusive foodie perks. And don't forget, tickets are on sale now for Studio Llanos private dining and TV recording experience April 16th. Only 12 seats are available. Visit thetastingshow.com to grab yours before they're gone. That's it for today's episode for Cooking with the Tucson Tasty Show. Stay tuned for more delicious episodes. And as always, stay tasty, Tucson.